Alright, I think we're doing this one recorded, actually. We doing this live? We're not doing it live, but we are doing it recorded. That's a brand new change of pace, because guess what today is? America Day, baby. And here we are in the most patriotic game I think could ever exist, Helldivers. So what are we going to go in? We're going to go in with a Liberator Penetrator, because we're going to have to go balls deep in this bitch. And we're starting it off hot, hard, and fast in the automaton control. Do I have any idea what the ammo is? No. But why would I care? Democracy's at stake, baby. Alright, we're gonna just hot drop this, hot box this, and hot load. Unload as well. Now, assuming everything goes right, we're gonna be able to have a very happy Patriot Day, baby. So we had to go there, whip it to there, run all the way back. So I'm actually going to go over here. And it's going to be an absolutely fantastic situation for me. Ooh, Napalm Barrage. Not really useful here. So do I want 500 kilo or the Gatling? Only get one use though. We'll go for the Gatling Barrage. It's a little more useful right now. We're, of course, going to follow that up with these three. Actually, you know what? We'll take those, but we'll actually, instead of having that, I want to have the autocannon sentry, because I found they're very useful. Yeah, we'll be fully stocked. Let's do this. You ready? I'm ready. And away we go! Democracy's at stake, baby! That's right, the Arbiter of Conquest coming at you live from... Where are we at? Are we in Oslo? I think we're in Oslo. Whatever the case may be, live, dead, or somewhere in between, I think that this is about to be a little bit of a crispy, crunchy treat. Happy Independence Day to all of us Americans out here. And if you have any questions regarding the state of your current democracy, don't worry, we can absolutely institute some democratic authority in a location near you.
Injuries reduce your ability to handle recoil and will cause your aim to sway more.
Fantastic piece of advice from you. Unfortunately for me, I don't need to aim what I'm about to do. Ah, shit. Hold up. There we go. Son of a bitch. Oh, it's already gone. Alright, we're good. Let's see. Da-da-da. One of these. Two of these. I don't think I need the suit yet. We'll get the suit later when it's a little more urgent. You almost done in there? Come on, this is kind of a quiet start, baby. There we go. Alright, now let's see what we were gonna do. We'll whip it down there, grab the launch codes, go up there. Now, we'll grab the launch codes, check out what's at that machine gun emplacement, grab this, we'll whip it around, grab that on the way out, and then leave. Alrighty then. I think I just need to destroy something over here, right? Isn't that what the intel officer said? Doesn't really matter much. How's your Independence Day going? You doing some very fun and fresh and frisky treats? Odds are this isn't even gonna upload anywhere near Independence Day. I'm just streaming. I'm not even streaming. This is a YouTube exclusive, baby. Welcome to the Mile High Club. We're about to pass 3,000 people. Can you believe that? And if you can believe that, because you're one of the chosen 3,000, welcome. Alright, where's that factory at? What am I doing here? Oh, shit.
One step closer to mission completion.
I was just here for the launch codes. That's what I'm looking for. Come on. A little closer. Hey, baby girl, don't worry one thing about it, because I'm just gonna sneak past you if you don't mind, and... Alright, that's how we do it. Let's... Oh, shit. No, not that button! If you hold down shift and then push tab, it pulls up the Discord. Or not the Discord, the, Steam overlay, and that's not at all what I wanted. Alright. Let's see. Alright, now we're going the right way. Okay, so we got the ICBM code. Oh, they tore my Cape of America Day. My Earthica Day. My Earthican pride that I got for the defense of Super Earth against the squids. That's just uncalled for. Not right. Some would even say unnatural behavior. Alright. I can see it from here, so then we'll just run down where I wanted to be. Yeah, I got enough nades for this. There we are.
How about a nice cup of liver tea?
Automaton outpost scrapped.
Oh yeah. Man, look at the size of those ribs. So, here's the funny thing. I wanted to be a biologist for the longest time. A rib cage that large, it's probably bigger than a blue whale. It's got to be bigger than a blue whale. What's weird, though, is the shape of those bones definitely don't line up with a rib cage, so I don't know what these could be. But given the osteo patterns, these are definitely bones and not any other possible... What's this? Alright, here we are.
Found something.
Looks like a whole bunch of ammo and nothing more. It's unfortunate. Ooh, stims. I will take those, though. I mean, while we're here, I may as well stim up and grab an extra, too. Any other thing? Just this crashed... Is that a hell bomb? No, it's not the hell bombs. Oh, well. I mean, liberty is at stake, and there is some... The curious side of me is getting the better of it, so we'll just head over here.
There's something here.
There's something here. It's kind of odd. Looks like the curious side of me pays out. That's what I think they are. I'll take it. It's just a one medal. What is the big deal? It's a medal I didn't have, though. Look, there's another one. Wow, my democracy officer loves me today. Holy shit. Man, is this 4th of July or 4th of Christmas? Come on. Oh yeah. Boop. Look at all the money in the world. I got a whole 10 super creds. Damn, Felicia, I'm rich. Woo yeah. Alright, let's go check out that other thing I saw, because that was actually also a little interesting to me. Now, another game I really want to play for streams is, what the hell is the name of that game? Fallout. I want to play Fallout. Specifically Fallout 4. I actually really like that game. The longer, like, story-wise, it's not a good game. But gameplay-wise, it's a really fun game. Oh, hello, big and sexy. Oh, please step on me. Come on, baby! Come on, baby! You know I want a piece of you. Come on. Show me what you're made of.
Have a taste of democracy.
Damn, you couldn't handle the neutron style. Oh, let's see what's this. Well, maybe it's time for me to go. This is what I'm made of. How about you? Oh, you survived one. Nice. Just means you get to not survive two. Let's see. Come on, baby. How bad could it possibly be? But yeah, another game that I really want to play for the streams is Fallout 4. Now, if we do Fallout 4, as with every time I play Fallout 4, I'm a little bit of an Institute boy myself, personally, because I think that they're the last best hope for humanity. Same with Fallout New Vegas. I'm a house guy. I think they're the last best hope for humanity. Now, sad as it is for me to admit. Oh, nice. It's already in it.
Mission map updated.
In New Vegas, the last best hope for humanity as well, if you completely remove House, ends up being the Legion. Because the NCR is a failed state, which leaves you truly. The Legion is the last possible good ending. Because an independent ending is. When I was a kid, I used to think, oh, complete independence is the best possible ending. And then I get to the end and I didn't even process the. Can I actually snipe that from here? I might be able to. Oh my gosh. That is how freedom rings, baby. Let's see. Yeah, I need to go this way. But yeah, I used to think, oh, the independent ending, like, it's the best possible ending. Yeah, it turns out when everyone's free in that game, there's no unified authority, everything goes to shit for all the little guys very fast, because then you end up with the rule of cruel. So, at least when the Legion's in control, their cruelty is ordered cruelty, which is absolutely horrible. But when you have the NCR ending, the NCR is just, it's a tyrannical oligarchy. And now I'm not the most pro small governed state like that. Or rather, I'm a very pro small governed state. I don't like this overreaching tyrannical bullshit. So, when I see something like the NCR, and it's like, oh, well, what's the good of them? Well, they do have a lot more protected authority and order, but they also have the same issue that you had in Star Wars, where, you know, you've got the Empire, and like the Empire's the good guys, you would not think at all based on the context of those series. But you have a unified system of law and order. A very good one, otherwise the rebellion would have been a lot better funded. The issue that comes from it, though, is for the NCR, their corruption is so much worse than the Empire's ever was. All right, 91774. Because, like, with the NCR, they're supposed to have this little thing called, you know, voting and all that bullshit. But, like, it's just the passing down of power through what is essentially monarchy. It's the illusion of a democratic process that's really upsetting. Because instead of having the honest and true fair powers at play, they don't. Now, I'm always in the belief that an honest dictator is much better than a dishonest dictator. And even in real life, an honest dictator will often earn a little bit more respect out of me than a dishonest one ever will. Like, if you're cruel and tyrannical, just be honest about it. Like, it saves so much hassle when I don't have to disagree with stupid people all day. I don't like this. I, in fact, really do not like this. Alright, I think we're done, and I don't think there's anyone left, so. As I was saying, like, a dishonest dictator is always worse than an honest dictator, so is the Kaiser a good guy? No. Not one bit. He's probably the best worst-case scenario, though. Now, if he does die, you get the worst-case scenario, his successor. That's not fun. That's not good for anyone. Because what happens when, oh no, the Caesar's dead and we lost this battle, but they'll be back later, and then like they go away licking their wounds. What happens is, the hell? Oh shit. Well, doesn't matter. Goodbye, Bitter Springs. Alright, we're gonna head that way now. So, what ends up happening at the end of New Vegas is, unless you wipe out all the heads of all the snakes, and leave just the best case scenario, the worst case happens anyway. The Caesar, or not the Caesar, the Legion will just return. And if they don't return under someone who's at least a little bit more mild-tempered like Kaiser, oh yeah, worst case scenario. But what about the rights and the slaves and stuff? And it's like, yeah, that's step one to getting to a free state, is you have to have that bitter period. And that's the period that we look back on in history, either pleasantly or bitterly. Because what's the alternative? Well, the alternative is you keep this large fighting force able, available, and ready, but just keep them as, you know, prisoners. Or you do what Kaiser does, and you just enslave them and then break them up throughout your entire empire, alive, semi-maintained, but kind of having their spirit crushed, with the capability of earning their own place within the Empire. Or, I suppose, within the Legion. Not ideal, but infinitely better than option 3, which you get from Warlord rule, which is just butcher the lot of them. Even in our own Earth history, like, hate to say it, there's a moral argument to be made against killing everyone in conquered land. There's a huge argument to be made against it. Now, unfortunately, that is a moral argument that still comes out of the conundrum that is war. This isn't a defense of slavery, however, it's an understanding for the moral steps towards not having them. Now, the way to get around all of this is we just don't have slavery. Just don't have war. Don't have conquest. That goes against everything that is human nature, where there will always be people who want more. Or people who just can't get enough where they're at. It's not an ideal situation, not an ideal scenario, not an ideal state. So, how does this all relate to me wanting to play Fallout 4? If we go with the Institute, very simply put, it's because that's the best outcome for the for the Commonwealth, and essentially the best outcome for the rest of the United States as well, or at least what do they call it in their world? Anyway, it's the best possible outcome for humanity in the former Americas. And I really do not see a world where the Minutemen are actually useful. Because, hate to say it, the Minutemen are just the Legion Step 2. Oh, but the Minutemen are, like, the good guys. No, they're not. They're the good guys as long as you're a good guy. As you saw what happened when it fell apart last time, it fell apart because of poor leadership and all that stuff, and people just walking away. General Hollis's group and all of them, right? Like, what's to stop that from happening again is that you're a good, charismatic leader, at least in the lore of that game's playthrough. What happens if you could actually have a little bit more free choice with those games, and you played it more like you were Kaiser? The Minutemen would then be the Legion. Because you're so whipped by the canon that is Nate's story, yes, the Minutemen are a good guy faction.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
But why? It's temporary. You are a temporary leader. What happens when you're gone? Well, the next part of that story is... Oh, I don't know. This fantastic little... Shit. This fantastic little thing where the Minutemen have the artillery. They can hit anywhere in the Commonwealth. They've now got access to a ton of power armor. They've wiped out, using a nuclear device, the Institute, bombed the Brotherhood of Steel out of the sky, and depending on how far into either storyline you got, wiped out the railroad. What possible scenario comes from having an absolute war authority left in play and nobody else? Oh, cool, you're a good guy until Nate steps down, retires, or dies. Or, worst case scenario, his position gets usurped by someone else who's a little bit more like Kaiser. Or, not even like Kaiser. Like, you have a lot of settlements under your belt at the point of the end game. You know what happens then? After the point of the end game, with all those settlements, let's say that you can't contain them all. You can't take care of them all. Okay, now what? Well, one of those days, a raider's gonna wipe out a settlement, and some little kid's gonna grow up remembering how the Minutemen weren't there to save them after all the promises and the taxes levied and all the support that they had to give. And then guess what? They're gonna go to war against the Minutemen, likely win, and then the Commonwealth's divided. Fantastic! You have created the worst possible case scenario. Because if you've ever played For Honor, that's a Polygon story. You created a Polygon in Fallout 4. Because you thought you were the good guy unifying the wasteland. Fantastic for you, buddy. Now, what's the next possible best case scenario? We've already established that the Minutemen create the Legion. What about a Brotherhood of Steel ending? Ooh, fantastic. How bad could this possibly be? Well, the Brotherhood of Steel operate the... Wow, I got all of the credits? Oh wait, I didn't even die this game. Huh, that's a first. I guess I just need to ramble and rant and rave like a lunatic. Anyway, the next worst possible case scenario, which I think is the actual worst, Brotherhood of Steel ending. Now, I'm a little bit of a fan of the Fallout 3 Brotherhood of Steel. The wasteland nomads who actually are making a difference for the common folk. I really aspire to that level of ideal. I don't aspire so much to the authoritarian technocrats who are going around bullying the... Wow, look at how sexy I am right there. Oh yeah. Authoritarian technocrats who go around saying that they're doing the best for the good of the people by oppressing them. Absolutely ridiculous bullshit on that one, to be honest. Message from Super Earth? Democracy calls? Terminids? Popular demand, a projected force requirement for total galactic security. Freedom to Serve Act. Planetary Defense Gratitude Tax. Zegma Parent. Ooh. Liberate the specified terminate planets to enable follow-on teams to... Absolutely. Say no more. We're fighting bugs, baby. I don't like fighting the bugs. I really don't. To all you bug divers out there, you are something else.
You have served democracy well.
You guys are actually the scary ones. Like, fighting the Terminids, completely different from fighting the squids or the bots. Good hell, you guys are something. Oh well. We survived one bot front. We're gonna go die on the bug front. Democracy, baby. That's what we're good for. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 4. We're gonna land right here. Now, this means that we're gonna have to bring in some firepower. So we want orbital napalm. We're gonna want eagle napalm. Shit. So I either get the jetpack of the machine gun, or the jetpack, the emancipator, or the emancipator and the machine gun. This is a rare situation for me because I always have those 3 right now. Well, we'll have to leave the machine gun behind and hope that we could come across something. Scavenger time, baby. So, the Brotherhood of Steel is going back to what I had said about dishonest dictators. And why are they dishonest dictators? Well, very simply put, here's the thing about them. Who are they helping? Oh, we're here to wipe out the mutants, and we're here to wipe out the synths. Okay. When you're done doing that and doing your little ghost hunts, and like you're done accusing everyone of being a synth, are you gonna stay behind? You gonna deal with the death claws? Maybe, you know, the raiders by chance? No, you're just gonna not do that? Okay. And like, that's kind of the issue I have with them, is they are so focused on the goal that nothing else really gets done.
Let our enemies choke upon their territorial ambitions. Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear.
Administering freedom.
I hate bug planets. Why can't the bugs ever come into some like regular planet that's just not space Vietnam? But no, they're so focused on the goal that they don't even bother sticking around for the Commonwealth's needs or what's good for the Commonwealth. They're not liberators and they're not protectors. However, at the end of the day, this is the rare instance where I like the group that I am morally opposed to the most. Because between all the factions, if it's not me siding with the Institute, I absolutely would side with the Brotherhood of Steel. Alright, that's one bug nest taken care of. Yeah, you guys call for an exterminator. Looks like one. Yeah, I heard that you guys had a little bit of a bug problem going on here. I'm here to help with that. As long as there's those Bile Titans, we'll be fine. Shit. Like, it's not even the Bile Titans that I had an issue with. Like, they're just big and they take a lot of damage. The one I have the most issue with always ends up being the, oh, what are those things called? Stalkers. Yeah, I have a hard time with them because they'll always come up behind you, and half the time they're invisible, too. Bug divers are a special breed. Little upset with them during the defense for Super Earth. I think everyone rightfully was. But, at the end of the day, do you know how much frickin' oil and lubricant keeping my machines running needed? If it wasn't for them, Super Earth might have fallen. Let's see. It looks like we've cleared out here. Alright. So, this is one of those rare instances where I'm actually in favor of the group that I morally dislike. Because the Brotherhood of Steel, for all of their flaws, they still actually have the most active surface assistance programs, basically. You do see the vertibirds going out on patrols, and sure, they can claim it's a combat exercise at the end of the day, but they're still wiping out mutants, and they're still wiping out raiders that take shots at them. So, whatever's helping them also helps the Commonwealth. Like, it's just the greatest possible thing that they could do. Where the enemy of my enemy, in this case, actually is your friend.
Found something.
Now, I suppose that leads to the next question. What about the railroad? And oh boy howdy, have I got a lot to say about the railroad. So, you know what? I got so much to say about the railroad. Give me a second. I need to get some water to wet my whistle. Don't worry, I actually got some right next to me this time. See that? Quick as a whistle. This is your daily remember. Hear that sloshing noise? Yeah, that's a good sloshing noise, isn't it? Hydrate or die. Literally the best water in the world. What kind of water? Why, it's water, obviously. Straight from the tap. If I ever start a water bottling company, that's gonna be our thing. Hydrate or die. We're just gonna call it water brand water. Doesn't need to be anything too special. It's probably gonna have to be like distilled though. I know people are like, oh, don't drink distilled, you don't get the minerals and shit. And it's like, girl, do you know how many minerals I get just day to day? Distilled water is not bad for you, it's just water. If you're so concerned about distilled water being bad for you, but then you'll go and drink a Coca-Cola, you got bigger problems in your head. Like, For the longest time, I had been in conflict because I've been pushing off coffee for my own moral reasons. And now I've come to the realization of, wait a minute. How is this any worse for me or any other part of me than the energy drinks that I've been using to supplement it? Like, the energy drinks are probably infinitely worse for me, my soul, my head. Like, goodness. Ghost energy drinks actually make me pissed off, and I cannot figure out why it does it. But it's the same shit that Adderall does to me, where if you take it for long enough, you just start to get angry. It's like, I wanted to fight stuff all the time. I was pissy. Yeah, I know, man. I'm looking for the last... Oh, you son of a bitch.
Dropping a pin.
Here, give me a second. We had to make a march.
Have a taste of democracy.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run out the last of this ammo. We're gonna drop the suit and get a new one. Because all I have to do is wipe out one more hive and then we can leave. But I'm a little bit of a professionalist, so we better wipe them all out.
Found something.
Come on, where's it at? It's gotta be left, right? I swear, there's like a bile titan or some shit on top of it. There we go.
Another triumph for managed democracy. May liberty guide your sleeping structure.
Alright, now we're at a trap. And you see, this is why we went with the jetpack. Oh, nice. 100 rec points. Come on. Drop it already, baby. Nice. Now we can get the hell out of here.
Tagging map.
Let's go wipe that out while we're on the way. So, the reason that I would say that the Brotherhood of Steel is only the second... Actually, no, they're the second best option. There's only 4 factions. Because even the Minutemen aren't the worst possible outcome. As much as I shit on them, they are not the worst. Like, the Brotherhood of Steel... Oh, I don't like them very much, but they're still, like... When it comes to just the Wasteland... Like, yeah, they're actually pretty good for just the Wasteland. The Wasteland itself, not humanity. Alright, we have 2 minutes, and I want to go wipe that thing out before I leave, so let's do that.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
Trying to get there, Ben. As far as I know, there's one more bug hive, though, and we gotta take him out. Oh, baby. Oh, look at that sweet, sweet freedom. Oh, my dick is so hard right now. Except I'm playing as a woman, so I guess lady boner. Yeah, come on, baby. You know you want a little bit of this. You want to look at that tip. Oh, yeah, look at that. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Hey, democracy officer, I got like... I'm almost there, brother. I don't even know if I... Screw it. Alright. I don't know what that T thing up there is, so I'm hoping that's not gonna just, you know, have them leave me. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm usually out of here by now, so... Oh, so nothing's available. Okay. Where'd I just leave my...
Bag's empty.
Come on, girl, you survived the bots. Okay, we got this. Man, I haven't even needed reinforcements. This girl knows what's up. This is actually the most missions I've had a single person survive. If she gets to the end of this, 2 is a streak. Anyway, like the Brotherhood of Steel, they're not really getting a lot of technological advancement because they're getting technological hoarding. Not really good. It's really not. Hydrate or die, gentlemen. So, could they be using those fusion cores to, I don't know, automate farming? Could you make robots that'll help with that kind of stuff? Oh, absolutely. But do they want to? No! They want to stay in the past because they're scared of the future, because they think that future progress and future development was the end of the world and what led to it. And, you know, to an extent, that's true. But at the same time, like, without any kind of progress forward, there is only the direction backward. Holy shit, I actually have 2 under my belt with this girl. She's doing a good job. She's on a hot streak. Helldiver, awesome.
You have maintained our way of life.
So it's definitely the worst case scenario for humanity if there's no opposition to the Brotherhood of Steel. And then they just waste so much material and shit on the Pridwin. It's like the Pridwin's fantastic, it's great. Really is. Because realistically, nothing should have been able to stop the Pridwin. The only thing that could have really stopped the Pridwin was the gunners. That truly was the only obstacle for them. But no, then the Minutemen show up with their stupid bullshit. That or else you act as a double agent working for the railroad, or... I mean, it's been a while. I don't even remember what the Institute did. Wow. My cape is destroyed right now.
We had reinforcements ready, but you didn't need them. Excellent work.
No, I didn't need it. For some reason, this chick's actually doing her job really well. Oh, that's really rare for me. Oh, well. Alright, we need to pick the next job.
Your fellow Helldivers rage against the enemy.
There we go. So anyway, would I say that they're the best outcome for that game? If you are not a fan of the Institute, yes. So I had to take that around the bend to here, and then we can go back. So we're just gonna go to the drop pod data again. And what do we want? We're fighting bugs still, so yeah, we'll stick with the orbital napalm, and this time I'll go with all three because I didn't even use the other thing I was worried about. And we'll stay with the vitality enhancement. We can just pick stuff up as we go. So, why do I think that the Brotherhood of Steel is possibly the worst? Everything I've listed before, but to top it off, Elder Maxon actually just makes no fucking sense. Not one bit of damn sense comes out of his head. It's like, you're just gonna let this synth go. Because there is a chance. You could have him kill Dance. And to anyone who's like, oh, that's a spoiler, play the fucking game. It's been out for almost 10 years now. Hasn't it really been 10 years? Holy shit. Space Vietnam. Oh, give me just a sec, because I'm using my ears right now.
Deploying support weapon. Sending down equipment package.
Yeah, we're gonna want that. Well, now we're definitely gonna want that. Well, we're going loud. Alright. So, following up, we'll go into the worst now, of the worst. 100% is the railroad. Why do you think you make sense? Oh, you're wanting to free the toaster. And it's like, yeah, but they think and they feel and they even bleed like us and cry like us. Yeah, you've been dealing with a relatively new problem. 60 years is not all that long in the grand scheme of things. And let's just say Sean's only like 60 to 80, right? Gen 3 synths are a last 15 to 20 years problem. Gen 3 synths don't age. In 200 years, they will look the same as they do now, unless there's some sort of biological limitation that causes them to just shut down after a long enough period of time. Oh, this better not require me to not be in my suit. Oh, I see you over there. We're just gonna set the safety to rapid. So, the last 20 years, these synthetic people have become such an issue that there's a whole underground railroad network system to free the toaster slaves. They're no more like, yeah, giving them free will was not a smart idea, Institute. I think, therefore I am kind of applies. I actually cannot. Well, we're gonna die here on this bug planet, so might as well get to running.
Dropping a pin.
And there's a bug breach now. Yeah, we're cooked. Those stalkers are really, really fast. Alright, all we have to do is get this information into the relay, and then we can maybe run back for the Emancipator. No point. Okay, nice. So, the railroad. Of all the people you could be helping, Nuka World is right there, railroad. With human slaves, railroad. With bombs coiled around their necks to blow their heads off. And you want to spend your effort freeing the toasters. Do you not see how ridiculous of a faction you are? That you willingly overlook the suffering of these other people that you could be putting your Whisper network to use for. Like, they just don't make any fucking sense, dude. Like, you got all this intelligence amassed in this one place, and you don't have a single brain cell between you. That's the most impressive part.
Sub-objective nearby.
Much time on that? A minute left? Yeah, we can do this.
Throwing grenade. How do you like the taste of freedom? Bag's empty.
There we go, baby. Come on. Just gotta get up there. Come on. Now! Shit! Damn it! Oh boy. Okay. Haste makes waste. And I don't want to be waste.
Bag's empty.
There we go. Okay, here we are. Come on. So it's like, why are you such a useless faction? Oh, are they all dead? Nice. Like, you don't help the Commonwealth? You don't help humanity? You don't help the actual human slaves? You don't even help the synths. You reprogram them and then drop them off in the world. And half the time, the Institute still has to go and find them. And if you do a botched job, guess what? Oh, damn, we killed it. Better drop the corpse. Like, you guys are... You're a trafficking network. You're not helping the slaves. You are quite possibly the worst faction. Maybe in any game I've ever seen. I actually don't know which way I'm pointing that thing. Hold up. Okay, so it's pointed at 3 o'clock and it needs to be at 6. Which means I need to go right for about 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3.
Mission at 30 minutes.
I still don't think that was enough. Was that enough? Oh, wait, no, it was at 6. It needs to be at 3. Alright, so we need 6 seconds. Actually, we'll do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ought to be enough now. Okay, should have counted slower. We'll give it 3 more seconds at that speed. 1, 2, 3. Shit! Alright. Like, you couldn't have written a worse faction if you tried. Everything they do is just absolutely horrible to humans. If there was one synth in a field of slaves, all working, say, in Saga's Ironworks, right? They would go out of their way to save the one synth than any of the other actual humans in Saga's Ironworks. Like, how are you so evil? If we were to relate them to New Vegas, they are all the wrong choices that you can make in the game. They aren't even a faction. They are just, oh, what about... Oh, we can kill Lily? Let's kill Lily. Oh, Rex? Let's just leave Rex lobotomized. Everything you could possibly do wrong in that game is the railroad. And I don't even think Bethesda realizes just how evil of a faction they made. But all the characters in the game think that they're this moral faction, and it's like, you dumb monkeys have no idea how wickedly evil this group is. All those people on the Pridwin, like, they didn't really give them a chance to get away. They were just like, go in there while they're sleeping and blow that bitch up. Take them all out of the sky. Like, at least when the Minutemen shot at them, they had a chance to get off of the Pridwin. A surprise bombing of the Pridwin is so freaking evil, dude. Like, imagine you're just going to work one day, and then, you know, your place at work gets blown up by someone you called a friend. Like, your friend walks in, delivers the mail, and then the mail just blows the whole place up. That's pretty much what you do in that game if you work with the railroad. Like, it is just honestly impressive how evil they are.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
then what's my thoughts on the actual in-game evil faction, the Institute? They're not good either. They are still kidnapping and replacing people in the middle of the night. But the people they're kidnapping aren't ever really just the random Joe Schmo. There are people in positions of authority, power, leadership, or intelligent people who would be better suited for the Institute. Now, the issue obviously comes down to the fact that they do kill these people. Mayor McDonough is dead. But when you go back into the history of Fallout and you look at what Mayor McDonough did, push all the ghouls out. Like, yeah, McDonough wasn't a good guy either. He was a straight crook. Or how about someone like Tinker Tom? Why would they want to replace him? Well, mechanic kind of out in the middle of nowhere who also happens to be really useful to nobody other than Sean? Yeah, it's wrong. Tinker Tom, or not Tinker Tom, shit, what's his name? It's not Proctor Ingram. Hold up. Sturgis, that's the guy. Not Tinker Tom. Yeah, Sturgis. Like, the fact that he's been replaced is honestly a little confusing to me. He probably would have been one that would have actually been really useful in the Institute. Less so for his intelligence and more so for his skill. So, if they just killed him and replaced him, kind of a waste, honestly. If they just replaced him and then brought him into the Institute, yeah. Maybe not the biggest waste. Or alternatively, Sturgis is just a synth. And nobody was replaced. Because guess what? That is also a thing the Institute does. They will just make people. Sturgis' backstory doesn't have a lot of backstory to it. Like, he could have just been a people. You listen to Dance talk about his stuff, it's very likely he died out on that mission with his friends. And then a synth replaced him. Or rather, a synth replaced the dead him. There's a very good chance of that. We can't say for certain when these people are replaced, because there's no logs in-game or out-of-game suggesting as to what happened. I like to go with the theory that, you know, Dance was dead. He just happened to be dead. This chick has survived 3 frickin' games. Like, what truly is the worst thing that the Institute has done? They scare people. But they have a fusion reactor in their basement? An active working fusion reactor. Made post-war. And you're telling me these people aren't the best hope for humanity? Even House didn't have a working fusion reactor made after the war. He spent 200 years looking for a chip. His range of control extended solely to... basically to the Strip. He didn't even have full control over Vegas. I think he's the best hope for Vegas. I think the Institute's the best hope for humanity. If the Institute and House work together, yeah. That would work great. The issue is, I don't see that happening. I think House is way too, what's the word? Opportunistic. Way too opportunistic and way too self-centered to actually assist with something like that. Let's see, can I even get anything new? No, no, no. How about you? No. Well, can I even customize my vehicles? No. What do you mean it requires base stratagem? I have the Emancipator. Did they ungive me the Emancipator? Quasar Cannon. Psh. Nice shot. You see, I really wanted to get the Patriot exosuit, but then I thought, why would I do that? Because, sure, the Emancipator has less ammo, but medium armor penetrating or fully anti-tank. 200 rounds is a lot of rounds still. If I had 1,000 rounds of the Patriot, that's still not enough bullets. Huh. Chemical agents, huh? I haven't actually been looking at these. Like, I've been trying to just get through Helldivers Mobilize. But then it's also like, I don't really want anything else in Helldivers Mobilize. Because it's like, I get to the end and I get these plasma weapons. I'm just like, yeah, big whoop. I'd have to spend 800 more medals to get there. I have to spend 265 more medals to get there. It's like, I don't really care for all this stuff here. Like, I think this was really the last thing I truly wanted, but no, until I can get to my next thing. Like, even in here. Like an incendiary shotgun, incendiary grenades. I just don't want any of that. But it's got this Jar 5 Dominator, and I don't even know what it does. It says special on it. But what's it do? It's like I've already got the cool escape. Flexible reinforcement budget. I don't know what that means. Like, if they had item descriptions, I might be a little more interested. But, well, let's say I got this one right. Like, this stuff looks cool. Really does look cool, but at the end of the day, I don't really see a need for any of this stuff. Like, cool, I get an exploding crossbow, but it replaces my... Well, if it replaces my sidearm, then I have no heavy armor piercing. If it replaces my main gun, I don't have a lot of bullets. So, it really does just come down to a lot of these things being cool ideas. Really, the only one I actually want is this one, just because I want that. I do. Decorated here would be awesome. It's like, it'd be cool to walk around with a saber. Have the officer's cap on. And I actually really liked the amendment. Like, I like that bolt gun. And you see, I could see this being cool, but this one's really just skins. And that's not even for the Emancipator, it looks like. That's just for the other one, unless it applies to both. But what would I want it for? Like, really, what do I want it for? Nothing. I've already got the perfect guy now, so I don't need any more of this shit. Also, these things, way too prone to friendly fire. If I shot a grenade into a group of my buddies can kind of get away from it. This Tesla shit, boom, wipes out my buddies. No, I think my guy is like perfect as he is. He's the peak Helldiver. I guess she right now, because she won't die.
The Illuminate could be monitoring my thoughts.
I really like that one, that helmet there. Like, I like the Infiltrator helmet too. It's a really sleek design, but... And then it's like, for my armor, like, the heavy armor is just too slow. 450 speed down from 500. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when I drop my armor that much, I'm starting to get hunted pretty successfully. It's like, this one's really good. I like it because it helps me throw my grenade more, but prevents all damage from bleeding if my chest is shot. Yeah, because you see, this is the one that comes with the upgraded edition, I think. One of these two came from... Yeah, this was the one that came for the legendary. This is the other one I unlocked, which I really like that one. There's the Infiltrator outfit. This one is okay. It's got this engineering kit. But if I remember, I had the engineering... Yeah, on this one. So it's like... The extra mobility is good, but then I have no armor rating. So the medium armor is just kind of my go-to. Like, if I play alone, that is. If I'm playing with someone else, then yeah, I might switch my shit up a little bit. Let's see, reflex sight. I still haven't figured out how to aim down the sights in this game. Like, I like the laser sight with a flashlight, but I would like this laser sight angled foregrip. Just cause... If I could have the flashlight vertical, or the laser vertical foregrip, I would do it. But, they only want the angled foregrip, which... Even on my real guns, I like my verts. So, I'll take what I can get. But, you know, the second I have it, it's gonna have that laser sight, because the laser's so useful for me. I don't really know what the flashlight's for. It's not like it's too dark even on a night mission. I really don't know if I would want the compensator, because it's like, even when my shit rises, it's rising pretty understood, you know? But I know I want that drum mag. I don't care how long it takes to reload. An extra 15 bullets, that's enough to get me out of the life and death situation. I just hate bullpup rifles, dude. They always look so goofy. This one was good too, but it not nearly as good as this one with the medium armor penetrating. And I found that out after fighting the bugs. Like, this here and this here, absolutely fantastic for fighting squids. Have I tried any of this other stuff? No. Well, I tried the Constitution, which I had to use the Constitution when I was fighting the bots for the first time. So it's definitely one of those situations where I had to adjust because if my main weapon can't kill them and I have to go and find my machine gun, I might not get to my machine gun before I've died twice. Nah, I'm just a little nervous going back in there because she's survived 3 games in a row. I don't know, like, I think I want her to retire.
Helldiver, the Super Destroyer is ready for your next mission.
We've been recording for an hour. So, what I'm going to do is, happy Independence Day. We'll finish this ramble up. So, who's the best ending for Fallout 4? The Institute, realistically. Like, even for just the Commonwealth in general, they are... Like, a lot of their stuff will bleed over to the Commonwealth, like, given enough time or naturally when they return to the surface. Because when Sean passes the mantle to you, same thing with the Minutemen. You don't have to be a little pussy bitch and hide down there in the underground. You can then take the shit to the surface. Like, if the logic applies to the Minutemen that the Minutemen are good because you're good, logic would apply directly to the Institute. Now, it's not the same thing with the Railroad, who are just evil, and the Brotherhood of Steel, who realistically aren't going to change out of their ways. Not for you, anyway. So who does that realistically leave you with? It leaves you with the Legion or House ending. Are you going to do what's best for humanity? Or are you possibly going to create the worst form of warlord barbarianism the world's ever seen? Like, if you thought the Legion was bad, wait until you've got that same mentality with unlimited amounts of power armor, unlimited amounts of artillery, and all the intelligence needed to use it. Like, shit, man. The only thing stopping you would be Appalachia, and that's not even... Like, the Appalachian Mountains aren't such a brick wall that it's gonna stop the expanse of whatever comes out of your death. If you were a Minuteman ending.
The siege upon managed democracy continues. Let us
So,
rally to her defense.
horrifyingly enough, yeah, the Institute ends up being the good guy ending, even though everyone in the game hates them. You have to fail as a story writer pretty damn bad for the villain to be the hero. But the Railroad's the good guys. They free the slaves. But the Railroad blows people up in their sleep and assassinates people in the dark. They don't even wage an active war. Like, this isn't... That's terrorist shit, man. The Railroad's evil. The Minutemen have the greatest potential for evil. The Brotherhood of Steel, they're selfish, self-centered, and somewhat evil. And the Institute are selfish, scared, the best hope for humanity, and slightly evil.
Managed democracy calls for aid. Only you can answer, Helldiver.
Like, really, at the end of the day, what do you even do? So, happy Independence Day. Happy America Day. And this has been our ramble about the inner workings of Fallout morality, I suppose. I didn't realize we were going to do that. But, what's it to you, right? See you on the flip side, baby girl.